You think revenge has to be loud. You think it has to be dramatic. You think it has to be this explosive, world-shattering event where everything comes crashing down all at once. You see the movies. You see the heroes standing tall, holding the villains accountable with grand speeches and epic battles. You think that's how revenge works. But let me tell you something. The truth is far more dangerous, far more terrifying than that. Revenge, it isn't loud. It doesn't need to be flashy or over the top. No, the true power of revenge lies in its quiet, unrelenting destruction. It's in the little things, the subtle movements, the silent decisions that no one sees coming. That's where the real power is. You've been wronged. You've been betrayed, lied to, used, discarded. You've been knocked down so many times that you almost forgot what it felt like to stand tall. They took from you. They stole your trust, your peace, your happiness. They thought they could get away with it. They thought they could hurt you and walk away. No consequences, no fallout. They thought wronged. They thought you were weak, that you wouldn't fight back, that you were just another pawn in their game. But they've forgotten one crucial thing. They've underestimated you, and that's going to be their downfall. The thing about revenge is that it doesn't have to be loud to be effective. In fact, it's the quiet ones you should fear. The ones who don't make a scene, who don't need to make noise to make their presence felt. The ones who bide their time, who wait for the right moment, who move in the shadows and strike when least expected. That's the kind of revenge you're about to unleash. The kind that builds, that simmers under the surface, that grows and grows until it can't be stopped. And when it's unleashed, it's going to leave them wondering what hit them. They won't even know it's coming until it's already too late. You've been patient. You've been calm. You've been the one who's held back. The one who's tried to play nice. The one who's tried to do the right thing. But all that time, all that patience, all that calm has been leading to this moment. They've taken everything they can from you. But what they don't realize is that they've been feeding the beast inside you. They've been fueling the fire, stoking the flames, and now the fire's going to burn brighter than ever before. They think they've broken you. They think they've knocked you down and that you'll never rise again. But they don't know you. They don't know what you're capable of. They don't know that you've been building your strength in silence, that you've been preparing, that you've been waiting for the moment when you can strike back. They think they've won, that they've gotten away with it. But the truth is, they've made the biggest mistake of their lives. They've forgotten that revenge doesn't need to scream. It doesn't need to shout to be heard. All it needs is patience. All it needs is the right moment, and that moment is coming. They'll look at you and see nothing. They'll think they've moved on, that they've left you in the dust, forgotten, irrelevant. But in reality, you've been watching, waiting, calculating. Every time they thought you were weak, you were growing stronger. Every time they thought you were done, you were just getting started. And now you're ready to show them the power you've been hiding. The power they never saw coming. The power that's going to tear everything they've built apart, piece by piece, until they're left with nothing. Revenge isn't about making noise. It's about making an impact. It's about finding the chink in their armor, the soft spot in their defenses, and exploiting it. It's about waiting for the moment when they least expect it, when they're relaxed, when they think everything's fine, and then you strike. But you don't strike with a roar. No, you strike with a whisper. You strike with precision. You strike with devastating force. And when it's done, when it's over, they won't even know what hit them. Your revenge isn't going to be loud. It's going to be quiet. It's going to be subtle. It's going to be like a shadow creeping up behind them, inching closer, getting darker, until it's too late to escape. They won't even see it coming. And that's what makes it so powerful. That's what makes it so terrifying. They won't be able to stop it because they won't even know it's happening until it's too late. They won't be able to defend themselves because they'll have no idea where the attack is coming from. They'll be too busy congratulating themselves for thinking they've won, for thinking they've outsmarted you, to notice the storm that's already on the horizon. You're not going to be the loud one. You're not going to be the one who makes a scene, who throws tantrums or causes chaos just for the sake of it. No, you're the one who knows how to wait. You're the one who understands that silence can be just as deadly as noise. You're the one who knows how to be patient, to bide your time, to let things play out until the moment is right. And when that moment comes, when you finally make your move, they won't be able to stop it. They won't be able to fight back, because it won't be loud, it won't be anything they expected. It'll be devastating in a way they can't even comprehend. They took from you, they betrayed you, they underestimated you, and now they'll learn the hard way that revenge doesn't have to be loud to be deadly. It just has to be patient. It just has to be calculated. And it just has to come at the right moment. And that moment is closer than they think. And when it arrives, they won't even know what hit them. They believed they could manipulate you, push you to the edge, break you down, and leave you to rot. They believed you were just another fool, a puppet whose strings they could pull at their leisure. They thought you would cry out, scream in agony, and beg for mercy. But what they didn't realize, what they never saw coming, is that you weren't going to break. No, you weren't going to scream. You weren't going to beg. You weren't going to give them the satisfaction of seeing you fall apart. Instead, you sat back, you smiled, and you waited. You waited for the right moment, the moment when their arrogance would be their undoing. And now it's time to make them pay for their mistakes. They've always believed that power is loud, that it's bold, that it's a force to be reckoned with. They've believed that true power can only be seen when it's in full force, when it's bursting through the walls, leaving destruction in its wake. But that's where they're wrong. Real power, true power, it doesn't need to shout. It doesn't need to throw a fit. No, real power is quiet. It's patient. It's the calm before the storm. It's the time when you know exactly what needs to be done, and you take your time to execute it perfectly. You don't rush. You don't force anything. You wait until every piece of the puzzle falls into place, and then, when it's all aligned, you strike with the kind of precision that leaves them paralyzed, unable to do anything but watch as everything they built crumbles. They thought they were in control. They thought they were the ones pulling the strings. But what they didn't see, what they couldn't see, was that the one they tried to break, the one they thought would never rise, was only waiting for the right moment to make them regret their every move. They underestimated you. They thought you were weak because you didn't lash out, because you didn't act impulsively. They thought your silence meant submission. But in reality, your silence was the sharpest weapon you had. It was your weapon of choice. It was your plan. And now they're going to see it in all its devastating glory. You've seen them for what they are. You've seen their lies, their manipulation, their arrogance. You know exactly who they are and what they're capable of. And that knowledge is power. They didn't understand the gravity of their actions. They didn't understand that every time they tried to hurt you, every time they thought they could take something from you, they were building the force that would destroy them. They were unknowingly strengthening the very weapon that would bring about their downfall. And now it's your turn. Now it's your turn to take everything they've taken from you and use it against them. They thought you were just a fool, just a victim. But you're not. You're the one in control. You've been playing this game all along. While they were busy thinking they had the upper hand, you were quietly building your power. And now, when they think they've won, when they think they've escaped without consequence, you'll show them what it truly means to underestimate someone. You'll show them that the quiet ones, the ones who bide their time, are the ones who have the most devastating power of all. They'll never see it coming. They'll be so focused on the loud, the chaotic, the obvious. They'll be waiting for the dramatic confrontation, the big showdown, but they'll never get it. Instead, they'll feel the walls closing in on them, one small piece at a time, until they realize that their world is falling apart, and they can't do a thing to stop it. And by then, it'll be too late. They'll have played their hand, they'll have made their move, and it will be nothing more than a series of missteps that led them to this inevitable conclusion. Revenge, true revenge, doesn't need to be a spectacle. It doesn't need to be loud. It doesn't need to be some dramatic confrontation where everyone can see your pain and your anger. No, true revenge is subtle. It's the quiet moments, the ones where they think nothing's happening, when they believe they've gotten away with it, that are the most dangerous. You've been building this quietly, patiently, every step of the way. You've been waiting for this moment, the one when everything aligns, the one when you strike with precision and grace. And when that moment comes, it won't just hurt them, it will destroy them. They may have been loud in their attempts to break you, but your revenge is going to be silent, devastating, and inescapable. They won't even know what hit them. They'll be left scrambling, trying to figure out what went wrong, why everything they've worked for is collapsing around them. And when they finally realize the truth, that you were never the one to be messed with, they'll be too far gone to change anything. By the time they figure it out, you will have already won. They'll see far too late that they were never in control. They were always the ones being played. Your revenge, it's not loud, it's not messy, it's quiet, but it's going to devastate them in ways they can't even comprehend. They won't be able to run from it. They won't be able to hide from it. They won't be able to stop it. And when it's all over, when the dust settles, they'll know one thing for certain. They never should have underestimated you. They never should have thought that you were weak, because you, my friend, are far stronger than they could ever imagine. And now you're going to show them exactly what that strength looks like. You'll show them that the loudest noise in the room is the one they can't even hear until it's too late.